So what makes the Sir Anthony's event so special?
We had an amazing experience at our last Retosa Global Family Investment Summit, and it was really important for us to come back to do another one because, first of all, this was the first live in-person event we've got to do in 2020 since the COVID-19 pandemic. And even though Zoom video calls and remote interaction is great for business connecting, nothing replaces in-person connecting, in-person meetings. And the quality of business connections that we were able to meet here at our last summit were superb, thanks in large part to the great team at the Retosa Family Office. And so we really appreciated both the ability to get the message out about our blockchain ecosystem with Bitcoin SV, to meet blockchain and technology and investment leaders in Dubai and in the Middle East region, and to do it in person, to solidify personal relationships, personal contact, and that's just irreplaceable. I think it's a great lesson of this COVID-19 pandemic. You can't replace the personal touch, and there's a lot of that here at the Retosa Summit.
And we were talking about regions that are very strong with blockchain, and you mentioned how Dubai is really becoming the epicenter for AI and blockchain.
Yes.
Could you please develop a bit more about that?
Yeah, Dubai has significant government initiatives to be the smart city of the world, to be the government that is most leading use of blockchain in government administration and projects. So because of that, in addition to private ventures, this is such a hub of the bigger scale blockchain projects, not just testing blockchain for a little project here or there, but really using blockchain technology to improve an entire community, an entire city. And because of that, there's a lot of effort here to deal with the connecting of Internet of Things devices and smart cities to the blockchain to manage data. And we're very interested in those types of projects because our blockchain, Bitcoin SV, seeks to be the most scalable blockchain that holds the biggest amount of data and payment transactions. So when you marry that with Dubai's interests in using blockchain technology at big public scale for things like managing a city or transportation that will generate huge amounts of data transactions, that's the perfect combination for us in terms of seeking to demonstrate the value of our blockchain massive scale.
Dubai has a 2030 vision, a bit like Saudi, about being number one.
Right.
What can your association and platform bring to Dubai for the next 10 years?
Right. Everyone who's looking at blockchain technology has run into a consistent problem, which is scaling. The early blockchain projects were not able to handle larger volumes of transactions and data. So for example, think about it if you were to create email in the 1990s and we're not able to have a system that sent more than 7 or 10 emails per second around the whole world. Email would not have grown. So the reason we think our blockchain, Bitcoin SV, can deliver for this region is we're the one that has most solved the scaling problem. So for example, whereas other chains might be doing 2,000 transactions a second, we're doing more than that. And by next year, we think we'll be able to process 50,000 transactions a second, and in the future, millions of transactions a second, which is what you need for a blockchain, data, and payment system if you're going to use it to track daily interactions and traffic, for example, or people's movements around a city. And that's why, given the scale of the big projects Dubai wants to do with blockchain, not just a few payments at a coffee shop, but managing the entire city, you need a data network that can handle millions, billions one day of transactions every day. And ours is the only one that can deliver that.
What made you choose Dubai out of all the countries and cities in the world?
Yeah, so Dubai's been on our target list for expansion to educate and do outreach to the investor and business community for quite some time. We've done a lot of work in the Americas, in Europe, particularly out of London and Switzerland, and in Asia, which are all big hubs of blockchain. I've always had my eye on Dubai, and honestly, it took finding good partners to enter the market. It was a market I knew where you needed people who could help you establish credible relationships, and it was the opportunity that I got presented to do the Retosa Summit with our association, the last one here in Dubai. Dubai, the 12th one, that made us say it's time to enter into Dubai, was having the opportunity to work with the great team at the Retosa family office. So it's the combination of Dubai as a leading blockchain center for the world, our blockchain being able to deliver at massive scale, which a city like Dubai needs, and having great local partners like Retosa.
What are your goals, Jimmy, for 2021?
For 2021, we want to take our blockchain ecosystem from proving the theoretical to showing the actually possible in play on the network. And so that means seeing bigger businesses use the blockchain for our data transactions and payment transactions, and demonstrating it at scale. So we have projects coming that will do that for pharmaceutical healthcare data, for clinical research data to stop fraud in drug development or problems with that. We have projects coming in the AR and VR space, in esports, with transportation management, supply chain management. All of those will be deploying on our network in 2021, and we'd like to use those examples to show Dubai and the whole world why they should build on the Bitcoin SV blockchain for their enterprise and government applications.